Welcome to my research toolbox, fieldwork experience and monitoring system. I'm going to be covering how to use the task analyses to document trainings related to the BACB task list. First, let's assume you already know the basics. You added an organization, a supervisee, or a supervisor, depending on what you want to do. I'm going to play the role of a supervisor for this demonstration. I'm going to go for Tasklist, supervising, and my data. This is the form to document trainings provided to a supervisee. Here I can select the company name, select MRT, and the person that I'm providing a training to. That information can be found here on the appropriate task list that the training was provided. When we click on the edition or that we want the trainings, we can see the amount of training that was conducted and a percentage related to the training. So if I click on Jack Crosser, for example, I have here what was already done, what has not been rating, and empty. If I click on empty, I see only the items that I have not trained. What I would recommend doing is printing it out and then having a copy of it when you're sitting down with the supervisee and going over the things that you want to cover. If I want to see what was rated, I do the same thing. Here I can see what was rated and only the ones that are an excellent. I can also multi-select. I just want to see good, fair, and excellent, and I don't want to see an empty list. Nice features. And again, I have there the entire task list. If I wanted to see the second edition, it's the same concept, including the first edition. The reason you can see some of the editions that are expired, like the first one, is that maybe you like a goal that's specific in that edition that's not on the current edition. You can document that information. For example, if I want to say that I provided a training to, I'm going to pick someone new, Charlie Brown, and I'm going to pick on the second edition. Right here, it gives me a list per section. I can only document one at a time. Let's see, measurement and concepts. I might assign this assignment for Charlie. And I'm gonna say that I started this training on the 1st of May. I'm gonna say that it's not rated. And the reasoning for this is that I have found from experience that if I do an evaluation on one day, it doesn't give me an accurate perspective. For example, I have seen some supervisees do everything correctly on that day of the evaluation. Amazing work. But the days that follow, it's like saying what happened. So I have a date assigned and a date completed. When I have seen them performing or doing what's required depending on the assignment, I'll probably wait a month or 2 months so that I can feel confident on the grade that I will give them. And the grades are not rated, needs improvement, fair, good, and excellent. I rarely give excellent to anyone unless they really, really impress me. And that's technically showing mastery over a concept. Most of the time I either give a fair or good, and sometimes I put needs improvement, and I discuss this with the supervisee. Now, when you're writing a note related to any goal assigned, Here we have a disclaimer: do not write HIPAA classified information. And the reason for that is that in the event of an audit that you want to show your training, it is not necessary to expose the client for any training provided. You don't have to. You can just write something like this. That paragraph right there does not expose the client to any unnecessary disclosures, and you do not have to inform the client that an audit is taking place and their information may be exposed. And you do not want to be saying what client this belongs to, for example. No need to do that. There's just no need. And right now I'm just gonna add this goal for Charlie Brown. The edition is the 4th edition of the task list. I add it, and it's added. And I'm greeted again with an empty form in case I want to keep documenting any additional trainings that I have given to the supervisee. When I click on 4th edition, I can see that I have now Charlie Brown in the company Amazing ABA. And only one assignment, it has not been rated yet. Makes sense. Supervisors, you're encouraged to have your supervisees document for themselves what you have given them and when the training was done and completed. If you go to the task list and click on supervising, follow to supervisee reports, any supervisees using the system, and assuming that you're collaborating and sharing data, if you click on Tasklist 4th edition, you'll be able to see how they graded that experience. Your records should match and you should have identical records. If you gave the supervisee needs improvement and the supervisee claims that they did an excellent job, then you need to talk that out and resolve that dispute because there's some form of dishonesty going on or disagreement. And the idea behind this is to improve the quality of behavioral services, supervision, and documentation. Thank you for your time. This has been a presentation on improving the quality of supervision using the task list from the supervisor's perspective, and an overview of documenting task list items and trainings provided to supervisees. Thank you for your time.